All right. It is Friday, May 29, 2020. This is your friend. Remember, everybody, I like you very much. But this is your friend, Ray the CPA, and we are going to do kind of an information grab bag for the Paycheck Protection Program. I'm going to go over. So here's the POCA, the preview of coming attractions. Thank you, Gary Keller. So the preview or the POCA, what I'm going to talk about in this video. So stay tuned to the end. First things first, remember to subscribe, like this thing, or hate this thing, whatever. The biggest thing is I want to interact because these videos are for you. They're not for me. Although it's fun for me, I'm doing these things for you, okay? For the people. So here is the preview of coming attractions, or the POCA. We're going to talk about there is a new act, the Paycheck Protection Program Flexibility Act. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Then I'm going to talk about my sole proprietor, independent contractors with no employee, self-employed people, and the Paycheck Protection Program. So two things. If those aren't for you, share this, send this to whomever you want that it does pertain to, okay? Okay. So, Paycheck Protection Program Flexibility Act. So what we have here is the original program was supposed to be for 8 weeks of expenses. Under this new program, up to 24 weeks. The old program, 75% of the loan in order to be forgiven. We're talking about forgiveness right now. So if I forgot to mention that, my bad. Okay, so we're talking about PPP loan forgiveness is what the PPP Flexibility Act is going to do. So 60% has to pertain to payroll or employee payroll. It was 75, now it's 60. And then the length of expenses, it was 8 weeks. Proposed in this bill, or this approved bill, is going to be 24 weeks. So very important. All right. It does what it says. It's going to make this thing more flexible. That way you have a bigger chance of having your loan forgiven. Not bad. Let's see. The vote was, so interestingly, the vote was 417 to 1. So this is the House. Although the House is dominated by Democrats, the fact that it was 417 to 1, I don't know what persuasion that one person was, but it doesn't matter. That's almost unanimous. So that's good. That means it has bipartisan support, which means there is a shot at this going through the Senate relatively unscathed. So it's something that you need to think about. Maybe hang on a little while and let the Senate get the vote. I think they're going to vote on it next week, is the best of my knowledge today that I think I read. Now, those of you who don't want to listen, remember this next section is going to be about the Paycheck Protection Program as it pertains to sole proprietors and independent contractors that have no employees. Okay, so if you're self-employed and you have no employees, this is what pertains to you. So right now, it's based on your compensation. Your compensation is from your 1040, line 31, on your Schedule C. So your 1040 is your individual tax return. A subschedule of that form, they have Schedule A, Schedule C. And Schedule C basically is your business reconciliation, okay? So that's going to have your net profit, and your net profit is your revenue, all the sales that you made, less all the cost to get those sales. You're going to have a net profit. That's your profit amount. And again, it's line 31 on that schedule. So since the max compensation is $100,000, that automatically makes your max possible PPP loan $20,833. Now, 75% of that, $15,385, automatically is going to result in you, that's going to be your payroll cost. That's what it's going to calculate. The other portions, as long as they are for the approved expenses, and the approved expenses are utilities, rent, mortgage, you should be good. Now, $5,448 is not hard to spend on those items. You want to make sure that you have supporting documentation. You can see some of my other videos for an idea on how to do that. But basically, if you're running a business, you should be documenting your expenses. This shouldn't be that hard to prove. What else can I tell you? All right, let me just go down through my notes. All right, so if you were in operation before February 15th of 2020, but you weren't in operation in 2019, you still may be able to use your expenses and apply for this, okay? You can't use the entire PPP loan to cover your payroll. Now again, take this in light of the new bill that's coming out. Let's see, what else did I want to write? What else did I want to talk to you about? So the PPP loan is, one last thing, is 1% interest, and it's a 2-year period. So you've got 24 months to pay it back, and that doesn't start for 6 months after you receive the funds. So that's something that's important. If you think your business in this new environment is going to do well, that's something to consider. I'm not going to advise you on to do anything because although I am the CPA, I am not your CPA. So again, you can go to CBT Limited. We can have a 30-minute session. We do that for free. If you want to just have a how you doing, you can contact me and we can do that. Home office expenses, if they fit within the categories of utilities, rent and mortgage interest, we should be okay. You have to document that. And here's the thing I always say, don't fudge anything. Okay, my office happens to be in my home basement. I don't claim the entirety of my basement because I've got weight equipment over there. I'm not going to show you, but I've got weight equipment right over here. I got a treadmill and some other things. I got a home gym in that room. I'm not counting that. I am counting my work area, okay, which is really only about a all said and done, maybe an 8-foot by 12-foot space. So there's that. All right, that's it. As always, I want you to interact. I want you to send me your questions that you might have. I want you to share this video with whoever needs it. And have a great weekend. This is Ray the CPA. I don't know when you're going to encounter this. So in the next 7 days, 10 years, have a great whatever. This is Ray the CPA signing off. I'll talk to you later. All right, bye-bye.